What I'm going to do is I'm going to show a couple of videos, and then I'm going to get into a little thought. I'm not a preacher, but I need a little participation right now.
Start from the story.
Yeah, I'm going to get that. Oh, I'm going to get, let me, I'll show you. I'm going to leave right there. I'll show you how to do it. You ready? I need you to show me if you believe in God, please stand up. Please stand up. You believe. Okay, I like that. But if you trust in God, raise your hands. That is the best position to be in when you asking for God for something. Is that you can do it with your hands up, you do it in your mind. But God, please give me my territory back. Give me the blessings, all the blessings that I deserve. And that's good. You got a seat. Thank you. I'm going to play this for you. This first one. Hope you can hear it. Oh, hold on. Ooh,
He's not internet savvy.
that's what happened. You
want to help him?
channels.
Help him out.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go. We're here. Hopefully you can hear it a little bit. I don't have a loudspeaker here.
Little old school, yeah. Now, this was done about 22 years ago. And that was I'm from Massachusetts, and from Boston. And I was still semi-active then, right there. So,
I was 1 year old.
you was 1 year old, okay. So back then I was fighting for the rights of the youth. I started a TV show out there in the suburbs, and I was making so much of an impact on the community in politics that they ended up arresting me not too far along after this show, because I was teaching about the drugs and the violence and the education and all that stuff. They didn't like that. So 20-something years later, now I'm on it on a different level. Okay? Show you something.
Sir Markadoo. He is the CEO, the founder, the entrepreneur, the business owner, the motivational speaker for Sir Media Creators. We just seminar every Saturday, right? And your location is?
2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia, 30035. And they can call us at 404-286-6700. Now, if you're really, really serious, and I don't mind doing this, I'm gonna give you my cell. I don't like really doing it, but I tell you what, this is very important. You have a youth organization, church, school, whatever. Give me a call directly at 404-578-3549.
You have a website also, right? Where people can sign up, and you have other things going on as well, too.
King Kong Coupons is really, really nationally local, but it's the ServMediaGroup.com is more national and international. When you call between 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 at night around 9.
Well, we appreciate you so much for motivating the youth and making them change their thought processes and their concepts, and they can be small business owners. I think that's great, that's phenomenal, you be commended. Again, Sir Markadoo, Sir Media Group, fundraiser, address, one more time.
25.
So, the first reason I showed the first clip is I've been doing it for some years. I've been trying to really get this thing cracked off the ground. The second clip is to show people that I'm doing it today. Doing the same, trying to do the same kind of basic things. My deal is, when I was a youth growing up, there was a lot of heroin in the house, a lot of crack, a lot of liquor, stuff that I couldn't control. I couldn't control none of it, you know. So you lean on the people that birthed you, you know, that's responsible for you, and they didn't quite do the job for me, and I ended up being a drug addict at some point. Okay. Anybody else ever been a drug addict before? In here? Ever been a drug addict? I'm the only drug addict around. Okay. They know that. But the thing, at a young age, I was molested at a young age as well. And, you know, it kind of devastates you in a way, but, you know, then you know, here comes the suicide, you know, do I want to do this? So it's there, any child, the thing that I felt that I needed the most, there was two things I needed the most when I was growing up. And that was love, the first thing, okay? I felt that every child yearns for it, they strive for it, you know, until they die, you know? So that's gotta be it. And that, you know, in most cases, that's been violated, okay? In some cases. Another thing I needed was money. I was a young cat and I needed money. And I knew that all the crazy, terrible things that were going on inside my home and outside my home, I introduced myself to two Jewish gentlemen when I was about 10 years old. And these two Jewish gentlemen that I know taught me just about everything I needed to know about international marketing and distribution. They sold candy, and I was I got into the candy business. And I was selling penny candy, back then it was penny candy, real penny candy. And so I was selling penny candy for 5 cents. But if you bought 10 or more, I'd sell it to you for 3 cents. So I had me a little posse, right? And it just parlayed me into sales that I'd never even done. So I was pretty good. I was pretty good, just about everything I sold. And that's even drugs. Anybody else ever sold drugs before? You drug dealers in here? Don't you know y'all some of the best salespeople in the world? That when you've been taught, if you can be taught properly, there's nothing on this plane can stop you. Now, I plan on, I didn't finish my story, but I do plan on getting into the prison system. I just happened to be over to the juvenile, the Captain who built on the memorial yesterday. And I'm real partial to drug dealers. I'm more partial to drug dealers. Why? Because they're great at sales. And I can keep them from perpetrating that system for the rest of their life. We can break that chain. It will be broken. It will be broken because if you take somebody that if you can offer them, expose them to something that's legal, moral, and ethical, those three things, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Now, I took my time, most of my time spent with the youth. I spent a lot of time with the kids. Those are two of my students that I teach every day. They come from a solid foundation Christian Academy. And the academy turn them over to me every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 to about 11, 12. And I teach them everything I can think of. That got something to do with grassroots economics, marketing, standard marketing, multi-level marketing, unilevel marketing, even secondary thinking, you name it. I teach them how to recruit rather than sell. I teach them how to distribute rather than just sell. It's easier, there's way more money in distribution than there is in sales. And now I teach distribution mostly. Of course, I gotta teach the sales techniques. How do you go in, how do you present yourself? And to be able to now teach somebody else coming from the environment I came from, even though I did get out of high school, I made it out of there, I switched my curriculum to business the last year. Then I taught myself into going into college. I did it. I went to a 2-year program, got a degree in business, small business management. Then I got into drugs, the crack. After I got out of college, thank you, Lord. I got my education, and then I went crazy, okay? And then when I stopped being crazy, I fell right into business. As soon as I stopped doing drugs. 6 months later, I moved to Atlanta. I worked though for about 4 months. I worked for Emma Baking Company. They hired me, but it was in, somebody was talking about that temp service. So I threatened the establishment. I said, if you don't hire me, I quit. I gave them 30-day notice. They didn't hire me. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I went off and I bought me 24 t-shirts and never looked back. I'm going to show you a little bit of not looking back, what not looking back can do for you. That's my storefront.
Greetings. Welcome to Everybody Products. My name is Sir Markadoo. I'm the CEO of Everybody Products. And we are here in the lobby. We've been serving Metro Atlanta since 1996 in the world. And we want to welcome you to
I got off drugs in 93.
Come on down. We're going to go back here and see what's going on. As you can see, this is the warehouse. And this is where we've been shipping products all over the world. And we want to ship them to you. So we're here at 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. And you can feel free to reach us at 404-286-6700. Feel free to log on to heavenlybodyproducts.com. And you can also Google us.
There's toilet paper up on the left. You got the shelf and then when you swing it in the front, there it comes. All toilet paper. That's all body oil. Different designs, body oil. From amber, cool water to white diamonds.
Some of the other products that we sell is toilet paper detergent.
A lot of laundry detergent.
Let you down to our establishment
It's all backstock back there on the rafters.
right here in Decatur, Georgia.
Not bad for $96, right?
And we're right here
Not bad for a
on
crackhead.
I-20 and Panola Road. Again, feel free to give us a call at 404-286-6700. That's 404-286-6700. And feel free to log on to heavenlybodyproducts.com.
So, I know this is a second generation company now. My son was 9, one of my sons when he started. He runs my company. That's why I can do stuff like this. He's 29 today. I started 20 years ago when I first got to Atlanta. So I said all that to say that it doesn't matter where you're from, but what matters most is where you're at. And what you're willing to do with what you got to get what you want. It only takes a little to get a lot. Now that I mastered it, I teach it. So it don't take much. If you have a youth organization, anything like that, we're gonna do fundraising that the world has never seen before. I have hired a couple more people, so I make sure that this monster gets across and going into the prison system and searching out. Now, who does that kind of stuff? Want to go? I'm an entrepreneur. I don't belong in the prison system. But when you work for a higher power, there's certain things that you just have to do, you know? And you wake up, you can say, I don't want to do this. You just have to feel this little nudge. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And I feel like as I commission the children that I teach, those 2 or 5, and I commission them that they're going to learn everything that I know. They're going to do the same presentations I do, because media is next. So we're going to start learning how to interview, right? How to be interviewed, how to hold your composure under pressure, the whole 9 yards. But already I have them, they already have their own business. When I teach the students to have their own business line, their own product line, have their own name on it. I teach them how to ship it, how to handle it, how to position it. How you doing? Yeah. And it's so unique. It's so unique. I really believe that President Obama and Michelle be here soon. They'll be here real soon. To meet all of us. You know what I'm saying? All us hard workers just putting it together. We can change the economy. The economy can be changed. I'm going to show it. You know, fundraising is huge, huge. Fundraising is huge, huge dollar. But the parents don't get none of the money, and the children don't get none of the money. But I met somebody yesterday that has some power that changed the way even the products are sold to the kids in the schools. But as far as fundraising is concerned, you know, cookie dough, that's cool. Coca-Cola, that's cool. You know, wrapping paper, that's cool. But they have to take something, this costs this much, and sell it for this. It's not right. To take a $2 candle and sell it for $25, it ain't right. To push donuts and sodas and stuff like that on our children, it ain't right. Something needs to be done. And if you do continue to sell that stuff, I'm going to advocate that you pay the children. The ones that sell the product, they deserve to get a piece of the action. Amen. Now, all the kids I develop, they all get money. They get 40 to 60% of the profits. They can have it. For every $1,000 that's raised, they get $400 to $600. You tell me any cookie dough company to do that. There's one cookie dough company, I want to meet them. They say, y'all giving back them kids some of that hard-earned money. And then the parents go out there and they got to do all the driving, most of the driving, because how the customers gonna get the product. So you got moms out there and they doing, and fathers, they doing most of the selling. The kid is in school, the kid out playing in the park. Now I love them. And the parents get hustled. I got a program when they work straight with me. The child gets $2 out of certain products, and the parent gets $1. So every item that's sold, that parent get at least $1. They sell 48 rolls of toilet paper, $1. They get detergent, $1. But the kid get most of the money because it's their money. They use it for college funds, for their education. Most people, you know, if once we change the mindset of especially the children, everything is going to follow. We're talking about kibbles and bacon and bits. I know kibbles too. You know? You know, we got licensed, insured, marketing, advertising. what's the number one brand on the planet? Huh?
Apple.
Huh?
Apple.
You. Nothing. Apple couldn't even move. If you were gonna sell Apple, you couldn't sell Apple without you. How you gonna sell Apple without you? You got to be the brand that people buy. You buy me. People buy my expertise. They buy my look, or they buy my words. You know, all businesses is just an exchange of words to get somebody to say, "Hey, I'll pay you for that." So I give you information, and you decide if you want to spend money with me. What's wrong with that? It's got to be that simple. There's five principles to international business, and I'm going to tell you these five. And believe me, I know you don't know them, and I know you need to teach it to anybody that you can, because to be able to deal internationally and never leave your city, that's what you want. You want to be able to sell to somebody in another country, and they send you the money, right? That's what you want. But you got to know how to do it. There's five principles that'll get you there. You have to study them and get there. Number one, what's the number one thing when you're dealing with business, and you're dealing with business around the globe? What's the first thing that everybody recognizes? Bottom line, when it comes to business, everybody recognizes it. If they're going to do business with you, it's your brand. You have a brand. If you have a brand that has no label on it, then it's just a product. As soon as I put the label on it, it's a brand. You see? You feel me? Number two, what do you do after you brand? What's going to move the brand? Marketing is number two. Number three, what you have to do to get people to even decide if they even want to do business with you or not? What you gonna need? What you gonna need to get people to buy your product? What do you have to do? What do you have to have to get people to buy from you? Psychology. You have to use your brain. You have to know the key words. It's fast, it's quick, and it's easy. It smells good, it's wonderful, it's awesome. Key word, fast, easy, simple, right? But it's gotta be the way you think that these customers will use your product, and why would they want to use your product? You gotta use your brain, psychology. Number four, to get people to continue to buy that product, something has to happen. It has to be where they can just get to it anytime. It's called simplicity. It's gotta be real simple. McDonald's couldn't sell you hamburgers. It's gotta be real easy. You wouldn't buy, if your favorite gas is Quick Trip, I can make it so easy for you to get Quick Trips. So I'll go ahead and I'll open up Quick Trips all over the place, right? So that make it easy access for you to get to me, right? Number five, if it's that simple, then it's duplicatable. That's number five, duplication. With those five elements, you got two types of people you can sell to. The classes and the masses. So if I was to sell to beauty salons, that's a class of people, right? That's just a class. And so that's wonderful. I can go to all the beauty salons and sell all the beauty. I know they want to see me. They want to smell. Oh, it smells good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that smells so good, right? But the thing about the products that we sell, they're for the masses. Toilet paper, laundry detergent, smell good, soap, stuff that people use, lotion, bubble bath, right? It's make it easy for people to want to do business with me, right? That's it in a nutshell. Once you master those five things, you got to work on it now. It gets easier and easier. The smile gets bigger and bigger. It's very important to know that when you're in business, now I know this is kind of crude, but everybody's after your money. See, that doesn't matter. It matters if you're in business or not. Drug dealers after your money, gas stations after your money, tobacco companies after his money, tax people, the IRS is after your money, everybody wants your money. Your job is to know how to manage money. Because you're going to get money for the rest of your life. One way it is, legally and illegally, you're going to get some money. It's what you do with the money that makes the rubber hit the road. Because even, that's something that we're dealing with. A lot of people are incarcerated, a lot of it's around drugs or weed and stuff. What's the number one reason kids steal? Because you usually start when they're young. Huh? No, I'm saying, what's the number one reason why they steal at such a young age? They have money. They have the money. And you wonder why our kids want to sell drugs. And they don't get up in the morning and say, I want to sell some drugs. They ain't where kids' minds are at. It's not. They don't think that that ain't the first thing they think about when they think of money, right? Then you have to be exposed to that to even think about that. My son runs the company. He sells products every day. Every day. But he was never exposed to selling drugs. I was. So he has no reason to even get down. He feels great. I'm telling you, 29, no real record, no financial problems really, right? He ain't got no problems financially. But he's gonna go up because of his status. He put himself, I helped put him in that position, but he could have said, now I have two sons. I built a company for them. Where's the other one? I built it for both of them. The other ones could do. So we all have choices to make. Do we want to be independent or do we want to work for somebody? Listen, it's a noble idea that you want to have your own business. It's noble of you. Are you willing to work for it? You really sweat for it? You willing to cry for it? Or you willing to die for it? You gotta make up your mind. What do you want to do in life, period? Are you willing to put that extra oomph into it? And that's what it boils down to. I propose anybody, if you, watch this, any of you that ever want to touch business, I can show you how to be independent distributors, and you ain't even got to touch the product, and still get a commission off that as long as you live, as long as you keep working with me, and still living. Anybody interested in that? That's it. Distribution is the key. Imagine making some deals, and you're not even touching the product, and you get that commission every week. Every week. You do a little bit over here in your house, you do a little bit also on this for this company. Let me tell you something. I work for about 10 companies. I don't manufacture anything. I don't know raw materials. I don't own no land to get the lotion out of it, out of the land. I don't own none of it. I'm just a broker. You're gonna be a broker. It don't matter what you do. He's a broker. Who you work? You work for here? Broker. Broker for the city of Atlanta. Anybody else got jobs? Brokers. Glorified brokers. That's all you are. You're moving their merchandise and their information. That's all you do. They just need people to do it. That's all. It's just, do you rather do it for yourself or you want to do it for somebody else? That's what it comes down to. Or if you do want to do it for yourself, you do have to wean yourself off that full-time job. You just have to do it if you're going to be independent. Because if you can be a broker for your brokers, if you really wanted to, you say, hey, what if I work outdoors, I can help bring in more people that you need. I mean, I recruit people. See, I'm into recruiting. I'm not into sales. I'd rather recruit you than I say one here wants to make some extra money. I'm just recruiting. And I do it everywhere. My wife will tell you, everywhere. I pass out anywhere between 100 and 200 of these a day. And most of it comes because of this thing, marketing. She said, oh, she'll tell you, my wife will tell you, I be asleep in the airport. They ain't right. And somebody, and all of a sudden I'm looking at somebody coming right towards me. I'm like that. I'm like, okay.
Tell them how you transferred from full-time to part-time.
Okay, that's real good. Okay, if you're full-time, you have a full-time job. You want to be independent. So you have to put some time into your business, right? So you might be working 8 hours for your job. If 4 hours, you just got a 12-hour day now. You say, I'm getting off this job the way I'm looking at it. So you're working a part-time job. Or you build your business on the side. You're building that business. All of a sudden, that business is should accumulate for enough to take up half of your full-time job. You say, this is a match now. So now you request, say, you mind if I work part-time? I'll give you 4 or 5 hours a day. So if you can negotiate your job to work 4 or 5 hours a day, now you're making the same money that you're making part-time here, part-time here. It's the same money you're making full-time here. All of a sudden, the part-time business is going to get bigger. Once it gets bigger, it's going to take up the same money that this full-time job does, right? And you let that go. You pay for your own insurance, all your whatever. You pay for it. You have the break to pay for it. Because now that you're totally independent, you go and make as much as you want. You just put a little bit more time. You got 8 hours now to work on your business. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. The most money that I see now, that if you really gonna do it, is with fundraising dealing with the youth. There's a lot of money tied into the youth. Why? Because they're parents. If you do anything to help a child, you help an adult, a child, a mother or father, their children. Are you kidding me? I mean, let me tell you something. Just because you're helping people's kids don't make them always happy, okay? So you gotta watch out for that too. You know, they make you struggle to help their kids, you know? But the more I do it, the more they gotta let go. Because I teach life skills. How to deal with your mom, how to deal with your father, you know? They're all over you, what do? You know? They don't love you like they say they do. You disillusioned with your brother whooping your butt every time you turn around. There's something going on, you know? But when you make up in your mind that I gotta make this money, you seen that bill, you seen that business. Wait till you walk in. That's just part of it. That's over 10,000 square. It's as big as that auditorium. It's bigger. It's bigger than the auditorium that we just came out. That's not bad for a little dude like me. I have to walk you through that warehouse on a tour. But I want the same for you. That's the same thing. I want the same for other people. You know what I do? When I do a fundraiser, I'm giving this up. When I do a fundraiser, I come in, show them how to do the fundraiser, and I teach economics for 1 hour. I don't just say, hey, buy my product. I said, we'll come in and educate your students to make sure they're going in the right direction, right? And that's fair. And I shouldn't charge nobody for that. Not me, I couldn't do it. That was out of state or something like that, that'd be something different. But to ride down to Macon to do a presentation, I know I'm gonna make thousands of dollars, and when this thing is over, it's worth it. I thank y'all for listening. My name is Sir Markadoo. Thank you very much. I love Q&A.
Have any questions about business, marketing,
I love it.
etc.?
Come on.
Any references?
You still do this every Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every Saturday at 9 a.m. Come on in. It's 1 hour. It's not multi-level marketing or nothing like that, so you don't have to worry about me. Come on. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Ain't gonna be none of that. It's just all business. That's it. Business.
And I have a funny story. I told him I'm gonna tell it about my grandson. He sells this product called Chronic, and it's for chronic smells. So my grandfather,
Chronic killer.
my grandson, yeah, Chronic killer. My my grandson come in the bathroom, he was like, oh, grandma, I know you smoke that weed. I'm like, what weed? Right? We had a Jamaican guy on the thing. I was like, I know you smoke that weed, because I've been in your bathroom and you got that chronic in there.
That chronic
like
come up
14, right? And I'm like, what chronic? You talking about? Ain't no chronic in there. He said, you got that little bottle of spray stuff. That's
know you hiding it.
smell. Yeah. So, in other words, he probably said, all through my bathroom, trying to look for weed.
Looking for roaches
Looking for weed.
some
And I
ashes.
don't smoke. And I'm like, no, this is a product that you can sell yourself. And I just brought the sample home. So, you know,
That is funny.
it's a learning experience when,
Yes.
when you're talking to children and you're doing business and they ask you questions and you have to really listen to them and see how they're thinking, you know, in order to project what's right,
You're right.
right thought of mind. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. Anybody have any questions?
Come on, Q, give me one. Just give me one.
So that's like one of your products that you sell?
Right, but see, the deal is, I private label. I label for car lots, Toyota, Nissan, you know, and I encourage, I show y'all how to do the same thing. It's there, it's available. Those are your accounts, you got them. Now, we don't go after them. Once we know you in there, you in there. You know, it's easy. See, but it takes time to learn. Once you learn the steps, you say, I got it.
And then I go back to that toilet paper.
Everybody
Brand new
use
toilet
it.
paper.
I say, how many people you know use toilet paper?
Spoon.
We hope everybody.
I just asked her to say everybody. I said, good, won't you sell something that everybody uses? How you feel with something that everybody uses?
They want the good kind.
They want the good kind. That's all it was, the good kind. But they're not, believe me, if anybody buy toilet paper from you, it's because they like you. Because they can go anywhere and get toilet paper. So if they don't like you, guess what? I'm not buying no toilet paper from you. You gotta be nice to me. I know I'm gonna spend it, because you gotta be nice to me.
And that goes back to selling yourself. When you go to a business, you can sell
That's all it is.
yourself for employment or a business. It's the same
That's
parallel.
all it is.
It's just a parallel,
What do you
what I
want?
call a parallel shift, where
That's
you're
it.
gonna be at.
But this parallel shift gonna be like, this shit gonna be like,
Yeah.
shit.
Unless he could present that torch like no one else has.
That's what I do.
Exactly.
I ask her, I said, man, when this is real soft, it really touches, when it touches, it comes to the family. It's only toilet paper. So, but you gotta talk it up like it's a mess. You know, this is an experience that you don't wanna miss. Anybody else question, bring it to me. There we go.
Is there another day?
You can come anytime. I open at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I'm talking about what you doing on Saturdays.
I just teach it as I go. I open at 10. I'm in that building at 6 in the morning. I'm a rocker and a roller and a baller. I don't play. You gotta go get that money. You gotta get it real early to get it. So you come over here in the morning, it's just like I have people in there at 6:30, interview them, teach them. You come in there during the class, 9 o'clock, I have the kids over there. You know, we'll sit there and I'll have one of them, you know, stop the presentation, wherever they can't finish it, I'll pick up. Can I just 1 second? Go introduce yourself, tell me what's that, and just tell them what has your experience been, both of you, since you've been learning entrepreneur. They only been doing like 8 to 9 weeks now. Just tell them a little bit of your experience.
Okay, well, my name is Deontay Coates. I attend Southern Financial Christian Academy, and when I first came here, and I was good, I didn't know anything of what he was talking about. He taught us the 5 things to know about business, and I didn't know what it was. I kind of said the same thing you said, but I think I said Android or something like that. But he was like, no, it's yourself. And when you really think about it, it really is, because without, you know, the person who made Apple, it wouldn't be an Apple.
That's right.
So he had to bring himself in order to make a product. And being with him, I've learned a lot and matured a lot. And you know, everybody is not, you know, always, this is not always the field they're in, but everybody loves money. So when you love money, that should be a stride to do.
Thank you.
My name is Jerome Fan. I go to South Foundation Christian Academy. 17 years old. And before I came to South Markadoo, and this South Foundation Christian Academy, I was at soccer net, and I was already in doing this business thing. I was doing t-shirts. I have on t-shirts, and the teacher didn't say nothing what he was talking about. He was basically
Foreign language.
Yes, he was talking some other stuff. So when I came here, he was like, because he first asked us who wanted to start their own business. We all raised our hands, but I didn't know he was actually serious about this. So when he told us, we came over to his class, I'm one of the seniors, he told us to come up to class, we teaching this stuff, and I thought that I was gonna get some that my teacher was going that he taught me, but stuff he was saying, a teacher in my public school didn't tell me nothing about what he was talking about. So I was surprised, and I'm kind of excited.
He said, I'm kind of excited.
Well, I am excited.
Wait till you get totally excited. You're going to be really a beast, huh?
I'm excited because I'm making more money, so I have to tell my parents.
There you go. For your education, baby, for your education.
And we do this because we notice that our children learn from relative things, hands-on things. If I can make that money, let me count them $100 bills as you flip them.
Right in your hand.
You know, that's what keeps them in that excitement from the drugs and all that lifestyle. So we want to teach them how to, okay, I sold 50 products today. Let me see, can I get somebody else to sell 50
That's
for me
it.
and make me some money while I'm not making
Distribution.
money? So, you know, we try to parallel shift, you'll hear me say that a lot, parallel shift their mindset into where it can be legal. Thank you. Anybody have any other
One
questions?
more question. One more.
One more?
Come on. There you go.
I don't have a question, I have a comment.
Yeah.
As you were talking, I do workforce development work.
You do what work?
Workforce development work.
Okay. What is that?
Training,
Ah, nice.
training and development.
Yes.
Helping people get jobs, getting them into educational opportunities, case management along the way.
Beautiful.
Re-entry.
I'm the reentry employment specialist at my agency. I have a business concept.
Yeah.
And here's what I was thinking that really caught my attention. First thing, the first big barrier for me was that I had to unlearn what I was taught. I was taught to be a worker. And I think there was a seminal moment around 1990, working for Coca-Cola Enterprises at one of their satellite facilities. And, you know, this was in the day when we had the newsstand. You stop by, you get your newspaper, you cup of coffee, you pack of cigarettes, then you go upstairs. I remember literally being frozen in my tracks when I saw the operator had his son checking independence. He couldn't get no money.
Wow. Talk to me now.
And then I literally froze. I remember that moment. And then, you know, I went on ahead about my day, but that's what I'm speaking of.
The second
I
generation.
was taught to get your education, suit up, carry a briefcase, show up every day and retire.
Yes, Lord. That's how they do it with benefits.
I've got a nickname for it. It's 21st century plantation mindset.
Wow. Okay. Nice. And it's real.
And it was living in me.
Yes.
So I had to unlearn that first before I could even do that.
Yes.
And I do have a business plan.
There you go.
Okay?
Come on now.
So it's not fully formed, research isn't completed, I got a little more work. But just the testimony of what it took for me to get this.
Oh, man. Who you talking about?
Now, your testimony
Yes, sir.
is not too much different from mine, except I didn't get caught.
I didn't even, that's the whole, I didn't go to prison. I went to jail.
Okay.
I never got to prison. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
I came into my maturity in the early mid-70s, right after the pill and before AIDS. You know the rest of that story.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I look at the behavior sets, and really, we talk a lot, but not that much different.
Yes,
I was just as wide open as anybody else in this room.
yes,
And I have my own version of that.
yes.
But here's the issue. I've never actually said this publicly. Spent my whole life struggling with drug addiction. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Marginalized outcomes,
Come on now.
chasing the women.
Yes.
Matter of fact, if you don't mind,
No.
do I have time? I can't sit
Come on,
down.
come on, come on.
Okay.
Bring it,
Okay.
bring it, Papa. Bring it.
I stopped growing when I was 13 years old. I had a full beard at 14.
Wow.
Mid-70s, wide open.
Me too.
You know the rest of that story.
Right.
Okay? I dropped my first illegitimate child in 1979. I was taught shame-based behavior. You know, we're the Cook family, we don't deal with that.
Right. Just ignore it.
So, and also I was taught by the eldership of that day,
Come on now.
mostly the men at 11, 10, 11, and 12. You're a handsome young man. You
Yeah.
don't go out there and get all the girls.
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, what do you think I was doing?
I'll give it
I
up
was
to
doing what I was trained to do.
you. Yeah, here we go.
What do you think
That's
the
it.
outcome was?
Yes.
I have to admit, publicly, first time I've ever done this, I did not claim my first son.
Wow.
Do you know the burden of carrying?
Oh my God, I can only imagine. A lot of people don't know that burden. That's a hard burden.
No, but even if you don't know it, it expresses
Right.
itself.
Of course.
And with them now doing the work with the young men coming out of the prison system, these are some of the same issues they're dealing with.
Yes.
And so the power and the passion behind what I do
Yes, Lord. Come on.
is from the places, the broken places in my own life.
There you go. That's what
I
we're
just happen
trying
to
to do.
have survived it.
See?
And I don't have a problem telling you.
Yes, Lord.
That's useful, okay? So I believe I was planted where I am, okay?
Amen.
Much like you say you're a marketing guy.
Oh,
I'm
man.
that same guy.
I want to talk to you some more. I love money.
You know, I'll skin them, you fry them. I'm not necessarily the sharpest knife in the drawer in my peer group, but I'm a good face man.
You can do your thing.
I'll get them in, I'll hand them off to the technician.
That's what it's all about.
And that's what I do.
That's how I get people paid right there.
Now-
Just hand them off to me, I'll pay you.
Out in the street, mid-80s, mid-90s, I worked every hotel in downtown Atlanta that was in place in 1990. Marriott, Marquis, Hyatt, etc. Banquet waiter, hospitality, that was me. I was taught that. My mother was a host, and I was an only child, so I was trained.
She
in
groomed you.
the gift of hospitality.
Yes.
Okay, 10 years later, mid-90s, I'm a club bouncer in Atlanta, working all the clubs in
Did that
downtown
too.
Atlanta. Anybody know anything about Club 559? I was the doorman from the day it opened to the day it closed.
Wow.
Same gift,
Yes.
okay? I have to admit, you hang out in the streets will get on you.
Yeah.
You hang out long enough,
They'll gobble you
they'll
up.
get in you.
Yes, Lord. Gobble you
That
up.
drove me, I'll tell you that drove me to the
Gobble you
foot of
up.
the cross.
Mhm.
Winter of 1999, 2000, I gave my life to Christ.
Amen.
Nice.
And I had a hovering mother who told me, who was terminally ill, chronically and terminally ill. She said, I'm not going anywhere until I know you're going to be all right.
Lord have mercy.
She died the Saturday before 9/11,
Oh, wow.
and her death was emblematic. You're going to be all right.
Yes, Lord.
So,
Yes,
what
Lord.
do you think I did in the church? Usher.
Oh, wow.
Same gift.
Going for it.
What do you think I do in Atlanta Workforce? At workshops, et cetera, same gift. So I'm placed it.
Teaching
So
people
I
how to do
understand
better.
it. But I also know jobs come and go. And so that struggle was to strip myself of that old mindset,
Yeah.
and so that I can adopt a new mindset.
And it's
And
never
that's-
too late. It's never
So
too late to
your
get your
mindset
own.
is a different mindset, you know. So what I do is I try to teach people how to do a resume, not help them or do the resume for them.
Yes, Lord.
Just in little bit of increments along the way, that's what I do. And so I really connected with you
I'm glad you did.
on where you were,
I'm glad.
and I look forward to speaking to you
I
further.
can't wait. I'm looking forward to it too. Thank you,
Oh,
brother.
we thank you. We appreciate that. And I think I met this man like 9, 10 years. I miss everywhere we go. And people wonder, they like, okay, how does Miss Lacey survive? We know she got a big mouth, she cuts people off short sometimes. And how is she surviving? Because I feel a born entrepreneur. I know how to survive. It don't work this way, let's go this way. And by the time somebody make a move against me as an entrepreneur, I'm already on the next move. And that's what you do in business. You try to place yourself in a position where you don't fall back, so you're thinking all the time. So being an entrepreneur is not for the non-thinking man and woman. It's for the thinkers.
Got it.
That's the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Right. Very good.
I have a couple of announcements for everybody. You should all have an evaluation form. It's a small green form. If you could go ahead and fill that out, please, and drop it off at the table over here. And also, we're having some free legal consultations. There are 2 conference rooms, one just outside of here, and one down the hallway near the restrooms. They'll have a sign-up sheet just outside the door if you want to go ahead and sign up for seats.